Hello folks, welcome to the first ever episode of Flip Buster, where we will tell you everything that you need to know regarding flipping, wholesaling, rehabbing, getting funding, and everything in between. Today is our first video, which will also be a first video in a three-part series for bandit signs. So this is the part 1 of 3 of bandit signs. So come along and see how this is done. And in part 1 today, we'll be discussing everything basic regarding bandit signs, their shapes and sizes, their different types, different methods of installation, how do you design them, where do you resource them from, what are the different ways of putting them together, different strategies of installing them. So very excited to bring you this first video of Flip Buster. So come along and see how this is all done. But before we start, quick disclaimer, make sure you check your local rules and regulations and any ordinances that you might have in your township or your municipality that's regarding bandit signs, and make sure you're not doing anything that you're not supposed to be doing or you could get some fines for. So definitely check out your local rules and regulations regarding bandit signs before you start. So with that, let's go ahead and start off with the types of bandit signs. Let me start with a video, and let me fix the screen so you can see it properly up here. So first thing we will do is we will take a look at the sizes that the bandit signs come in, and the most common size is 18 inches by 24 inches. Most of the signs that you see in the pictures or on the poles or on the ground, they're all 24 inches by 18 inch. Another size is 18 by 12 inch, which is much smaller, and that's used for specific locations where you have close proximity of people walking by the sign so they can write it down or call it right away. Most of the bandit signs, pretty much without exception, are used in a horizontal fashion or a landscape manner. As you can see up here, very few of them you will see. Sometimes they're done in a portrait mode, but most of these are done in landscape. These primarily are they're divided into two categories depending on how they're installed. So the first one is where they're installed on the ground, which is right up here. And these are driven into the ground using most of the times metallic stakes, which are also called H stakes or ladder stakes. And we'll show you how to get them, where to get them from further down in this video. And the second type of bandit signs are the ones that are installed on the poles, which is right up here. And these are also very common, and you see this one right here installed on a pole. Here's another one. And for these you don't really need the ladders or the stakes, but you do need staples or nails to install them on the poles. And in our second video we'll be sharing a special technique to install these while standing on the ground, and you can go as high as 10-15 feet, and you can install one sign within 2 seconds. So that's coming down in video number 2, so definitely watch that as well. What the written stuff is, or how it's written, they're divided into two types. One is handwritten signs, which is like this, and the second one is printed signs, which is like this. So these are handwritten, so you can handwrite them, or you can take a picture of a handwritten sign, make one sign, take a picture and upload that onto one of the websites that print it for you, which is coming down in this video. And you can have them print the same sign on 500 signs, and they will all look like handwritten, but it will be actually one sign that you will make by hand. The second type is printed signs right here, and these are also very common. And let me tell you from experience, we have a lot of experience with these things. These are the signs that usually work the best for us. And it may sound counterintuitive, or you know, like, why would these work better? Because these are much more professional, look much better. Why would somebody call a sign that's handwritten? And the reason for that is it's very personal for someone selling their house. And if someone is in a situation where they need to sell a house, they want to be dealing with someone who's local and can be empathetic with them and understand their problems and share their concerns, rather than calling a company that they don't even know exists in their own township, let alone being in the same state. So they're more likely to call a sign that's handwritten. So definitely try these out first, because these worked for us, and we're pretty sure these will work, have better yield for you as well. Now the next step is, where do you find these bandit signs, or where do you get them from? So this is a sign that we have used in the past. It's called Dirt Cheap Signs. So their address is dirtcheapsigns.com. And this is a good site, all-inclusive package that gives you everything that you need for your bandit sign needs. So if at the home of this website, you will go to yard signs, which is the first link right up here. And in here you will see that right off the bat they give you the information that you need. There's no fluff in there, no extra information that you don't need. It tells you that you can get a sign as low as 80 cents per sign, and in all the different sizes that are available out there. It gives you certain templates to start off with. So if you want to use a printed sign, you pick the very first template, investor sign template. It tells you right away, and this is the most common thing that people use. So you will click on this template and then you can just design it. And so from this template you can find further design templates that all have to do with rehabbers and flippers. So you just select any one of these, it takes you to the next screen, and you can design your own website right here. And all you have to do is provide a number up here. You can select this field, and that's it. You just provide your number in there that you have, and this is where you're going to write it down. So if you change it to any number, 111 111 and update, and boom, your number is going to appear right in here. As simple as that. So this is the simplest way you can do it. If the other way you want to do it is what I showed you, where you take a picture of a bandit sign, hand write it, you can do that as well, and you can do it right from here. Either you can go back to the home screen or right from this screen. Actually, let's go back to the home screen. So yard signs, leave yes, and design now. So it brings you to your design center. So this will be basically opening a window for a new banner sign or a bandit sign, which will be blank, and you're going to select on yard sign, and it's going to give you a blank template. And all you have to do is upload a file, which is a picture of the hand sign, bandit sign that you made by hand. You upload that picture, it's going to appear in here, and ask them to make 500 copies of that, and it's as simple as that. So these are the two ways that you can do it, and this is the place where you come to do it. These websites, this gives you a lot of other options as well. You can select the text that you want to be putting in there. You can add clip art, or you can just upload a file to give it that personal handwritten sign. For their pricing is pretty good. Now these days there's a lot of other places that are offering signs, and even Amazon has options. So definitely go check them out, see where we can find the best deal. So these are 80 cents per piece. I think this is their bulk pricing. If you can get more detail on that by clicking on pricing, and it tells you right here that if you get 500 signs printed, that's going to be $1.30, right? So let's say you order 500 signs, that's $1.30 a sign, and you're going to be needing stakes for that as well. So where do you do that? You do it right here. That's why we love this site, Wire H Stakes. So you come on Wire H Stakes, click on this thing up here, and it gives you the pricing on it right away. So if you purchase 500 of those, you can see the price is 65 cents. So $1.30 for your what you may call it, the bandit signs, and 65 cents for your stakes. So basically you're going to be under $2, and you're going to get everything home delivered to you. All you have to do is put them together, the bandit sign and the stakes, and we'll show you how to do that as well. Doing one is easy, but you have to sit down and do 500. You need to find out what's the best and most effective way to do it, and we'll be sharing that as well in video number 3. How to put the stakes into the bandit signs, because trust me, it takes some time, and after you do 10, you would wish it that you knew a better way, or you had somebody else doing it for you. So this is about how you get it done. Where do you go to get it done? Check out other sites as well. Like I said, Amazon has options as well, and there's some other sites. Definitely check them out for a price comparison, and use a site that's most effective for your needs, and most cost effective as well at the same time. So the next thing is, I'm going to quickly delve into it. We'll talk about it more in detail in our video number 3. If you want to handwrite the signs, a lot of time people ask me what kind of markers you use. Do you use paint? What kind of paint brushes you use? Do you use spray paint? The best way to do hand signs, whether you're doing 1 or you're doing 500, is to go get a Sharpie Magnum. This is the best marker you can find for this thing, available at Home Depot and a lot of other places as well. You can find one for under $9, under $2, $1.97. And if you look at the picture of this thing, this is pretty hefty marker. This is pretty big. And the best thing about it is it's a pretty big tip. It's a chisel tip, and you can write on your sign one time around. So if you're making one sign, it's not a big deal, but imagine if you have to make 500 signs and you have to go over it 5 times just to have it this kind of writing on it, which is pretty wide. So this has a wide chisel tip, which you can see right here as well. Pretty big chisel tip, and one time around you can write on your sign and you're done. So you can resource these from Home Depot. You can order them online. They're available all over the place. So it's called Sharpie Magnum. So the next thing that we're going to be discussing is a little bit about the strategy of how to put the signs out there, right? So what I have done is I have made a nice map for you up here. So here we have a typical intersection. There's a traffic light and you can see a lot of traffic up here. So what we have done is we have made some annotations up here. Trust me, a lot of people spend a lot of money, put a lot of time in making bandit signs, but when they put them out there, they make a lot of mistakes and they're not even 50% effective. So here in the legend, anything that we have as a yellow X is the placement of the sign. The arrows that are coming out from the yellow X's are directional arrows, and that point the direction the sign is facing. So this means there's a sign up here and it's facing this way. The two color of the arrows determine what is a good way and what is not. So red is of course a way where you don't want to do it, and green arrows are all the good ways to do it and the ways that you should be following. So for example, if this is a traffic light, right, and if you're looking at this road which is heading southbound, right, for our perspective, the cars are traveling from up here, coming to the traffic light and then going onwards. So the best place to put for this lane is before the traffic light, and the reason for that is because all the cars are going to stop up here. When they're passing by in a speed, they might not have the time or the luxury of noting the sign down. But guess what? When the traffic light turns red, everybody will be backed up over here, and busy hours you will have at least 100 eyeballs right on your sign right up here. So you can put your sign on the left side or the right side of the road, but if you have both the options, then you have a road where you have a median in between, which is grassy or swell or whatever, and you can place a sign there. This is definitely the most desirable option than compared on this side, and very few people know this or take care about this. The reason for that is you don't want anybody to be taking your signs off. It may even be a competitor. They want to take your signs down and put your sign, their own sign up there. Or if somebody who's trying to steal your sign and use the back side of it to write their own sign and put it out there. Or somebody could be just walking by and kick it. So there's so many ways this sign can be dislodged. But if you put it on this side, guess what? This is the fast lane. Nobody really can park on this side. So it would be very unlikely for someone to park on this side, cross the road from the traffic just to do something to your sign. So your sign is a lot more secure and it's going to get a lot more shelf life sitting on this side. So if you have these two options, definitely go for the this option, right? So you can either put this in the ground, or if you have a pole up here, and again you're in township that allows to do that, or you can legally do it, you can put it on the pole or you can put it in the ground. In the case where you don't have the median up here, of course this is your second best option. Always make sure that it's pointing at an angle. You don't want it to be straight this way. You want it to be pointing at an angle so it's getting the most coverage down the road. So this is usually the best angle, because even people over here, they'll be able to read your sign, right? So imagine how many cars fit in this area and they're all reading your sign. If you want, sometimes people put two on both sides. Versus the other side of the traffic light. So if you put the signs on this road, on this side, right, thinking that, okay, I'm going to put one up here, it's going to point this way, I'm going to put one up here in the median, it's going to point this way. But these are not good spots because these are after the traffic light. Usually the traffic is speeding up at this point. They don't have the time to stop, or they don't feel like it to stop and get the sign. They're just going to speed up and go to their destination, wherever they're going. So always place your signs before the traffic light, never after the traffic light. Same thing for this side, right? This traffic light, the best point for this is before the traffic light. So here's our two sweet spots. One spot is right in the median, facing this way, again because nobody will come over all the way crossing the road because they cannot park up here. It's a lot more safe, a lot more secure, a lot more shelf life. This sign up here is good as well if you don't have a median. I have the arrow pointing the wrong way. This should actually be pointing this way, which is pretty obvious. So yeah, this is it for bandit sign placement, and I hope you gain some valuable information and knowledge from this, and it's going to help you with your endeavors, whatever you're trying to do. So this is it for part 1 of our 3-part series on bandit signs. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you got a lot of useful, meaningful information from this that you can apply in real life towards your real estate journey. This is just one of the first topics that we're bringing you in a 3-part series. There'll be a lot more content that'll be uploaded at the channel, so definitely come back and check it out and subscribe to it if you liked it, and share it with your friends, anybody who would like to watch it and can benefit from it. Again, our goal is to bring you valuable, meaningful information in a nice, concise manner where it's easy to understand and learn and implement in real life. And join us for this channel, and we'll see you next time. Until then, this is Naman signing off from Flipbuster.